Hello, I am Brother Fluffy, and welcome to Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is a game released by EA or Electronic Arts. Released it late in about a year ago now, actually, back in October of last year. Unfortunately, they made the mistake of dropping it between Call of Duty and their own Battlefield franchise, and as a result, it was steamrollered by both. It's a shame because this is actually a very good game, and it's a definite improvement on the first title. It added a single-player mode, it added a lot of balance changes, matchmaking changes, and all that good stuff. And it added a co-op horde defense as well, and that's what we'll be seeing today. Gonna go ahead and take a look at a few things here. First off, the customizability of your characters. First is you have obviously 10 different pilot slots here. With different loadouts, and one interesting thing is your default pilot has a special tactical ability, which is located here, and these change the way your character looks. Like, for example, Cloak, you look like this fairly hefty fella here, wearing, fur and looks like a bomb suit. This guy has pulse blades. Basically, you throw a knife at a wall or any kind of surface, and it sets out the sonar pulse, and it briefly eliminates your enemies. Stim improves healing and speed. This allows you to blink, sort of just poof, like Nightcrawler from X-Men. This one puts out a giant wall that amps your outgoing shots while reducing incoming enemy fire. And Holopilot, exactly like it says, just a duplicate of yourself for enemies to shoot at. I enjoy the grapple, it's my favorite. It's the default and allows you to kind of swing across like Spider-Man. And all of these do come in male and female flavors. So that's what the female version looks like, male version. And then you have a boatload of skins. Some of these will unlock when you hit certain limits, like achieving so many pilot kills. These are all advocate gifts, or not advocate gifts. It's an advocate gift which you can get for randomly leveling up, and you can also buy them with pilot coins or credits or whatever you want to call it, which is in the upper right-hand corner of the screen there. So you have 516, and these cost 150. So if I wanted to drop 150 credits, I could do that and unlock it. These are straight up advocate gifts that you can only get through advocate gifts. You'll get advocate gifts as you randomly level up your character. Back. And then you have 3 weapons. You have a pistol, you have an anti-Titan weapon. I like to go with a grenade launcher, but you have, as you can see, a large selection of, fairly relatively decent selection of anti-Titan weapons. Charge rifle, beam, which is basically a charged beam rifle. The magnetic grenade launcher fires basically it's a moving thunderbolt. So it does a lot of damage, but it has a very long travel time. And this is rocket launcher with, as it says, anti-Titan lock-on. But if you want to take a look, you can actually compare stats to all these. Like, for example, this is a lot more accurate range, but the fire rate's a lot lower. And the magazine is 1 that gives you all this information here, so you can compare and contrast stats here. And as you level the weapon up, you'll get little bonus things here. Pro screen, lifetime weapon XP count. I have the threat scope, which balances things out nicely by disabling the extra mod slot, but it applies in basically all of the enemies are overlaid in red when they're visible. Like, I can't see behind walls, but if there's smoke or obscurity, it will highlight them in red to make them easier to shoot. And then speed loader, just faster reload. I could have gone with extra ammo capacity, but just prefer the extra reload. Alright. These are all the pilots. And now to take a look at the different Titans. These are all the different Titans that you will pilot. When you go into a match, you can only pilot one at a time, so you can't switch mid-match. You can't After the first round, especially in Frontier Defense, you can't switch. You can't drop in a Legion and then go, oh, I'm going to go with the North Star. Again, these all have the same kind of customizability as the pilots, so you can change the skins, and this is, as you can change the skins here, they change different colors. Obviously, the more you unlock, the more you get. Alright, you can also change the nose art, so I went with Green Mamba, but you can go with Ravenous, Royal Monarch, all these good ones here. And then the weapon gets its own skin, again, same as everything else. And then you got these kits, which are little bonuses, like for example, you got Dome Shield, which protects your Titan after Titanfall, which means that it will not start to take damage until after a very long period of time, or until you get in it. So once you get within that bubble, you're actually protected, and you can't get shot while entering your Titan. The other one is Fast and Unprotected Titanfall, where you can't just poof, the Titan just shows up, so you don't have to wait for the drop to happen. But on the other hand, as you're getting in, anybody with a rocket launcher can ruin your weekend. These are the individual kits. This is the so this is specific to this individual class of Titan. So I went with Energy Thief, which means my meter charges 10% faster, and my Titan Execution steal a battery, which means I replenish my health if I execute another pilot. So it's great for survivability, which is what the Monarch is all about. We do have some other ones here where, you know, batteries can repair the Monarch out of a doomed state, which is good, but 9 times out of 10, especially in Frontier Defense, you're really not going to see a lot of dropped batteries. Usually the only best way to get a battery is to steal one out of an enemy Titan. Shield Amplifier, you can steal more shield, and Rearm cools down by 5 seconds. And then here we have the core upgrades, which are unique to the Monarch class. The other Titans have a single-use, basically core ability, which is sort of like typically it's like a Doomsday, just last-minute, just super weapon. Whereas the Monarch doesn't have a super weapon, but what it does is it improves all of its abilities. For example, here, Arc Rounds, which means that I deal more damage to shields and drain energy from Vortex and Thermal Shields, increases ammo capacity. I get an extra 10 rounds in the gun, and it does more damage to robotic foes, so Titans, Reapers, etc., etc. Then Energy Transfer, which means if I hit Energy Siphon on a friendly Titan, it gives them a shield. And then Missile Racks, which is instead of 6 missiles, I have 12 missiles. I just like the Arc Rounds because they're better. And here's the other ones. I went with Maelstrom because I do like to pop Electric Smoke, especially where it now heals me as well. And for this one, I just I like being able to lock on. It's a bit easier than just blind firing. And with Overcore, I start at 20%. Some of the other Titans, for example, I like to keep my Legion and Scorch with nuclear ejection because, unlike the Monarch is built to survive. It's built to keep going no matter what. You can always kind of improve yourself, boost your shields. You can keep yourself alive for a really long time. Then we have the Legion, the Tone, Ronin, North Star, Scorch, and Ion. The Legion and Scorch are tanks, which means they have very high health pools. The damage isn't as impressive, but really they can deal a lot of damage, but they're not very fast, they're not very agile. But if you want to hold a point, these are the two you want to do it with. The Tone Titan is sort of a sniper. He can, if he hits you 3 times, he automatically locks on, and he can use rockets that will become homing rockets, similar to the Monarchs. The Ronin is up close. It can hit you with melee. It's got kind of a shotgun sort of deal, as you see there. but it's very lightly armored. It can't take a whole lot of hits before entering Doom State, which is important. If a Titan enters Doom State, it means that you can be automatically killed by anybody who just runs up and hits the melee button. So if they melee you instead of a melee animation, you get an execution animation, which we'll see here eventually. And then we've got the North Star, which is the sniper, basically long range again, very fragile. Scorch is the tank, and then Ion, which is your classic damage dealer. Hits hard, has good energy capabilities, and it has a vortex shield for defense. Alright, and then my boosts, which are added little bonuses. Again, you start off with one, but you can buy these at any point with the pilot credits, which you earn as just in time. I always go with amped weapons because, well, I just like to do more damage. Alright, so that's everything there. I'm gonna do that. Alright. Done regular, but just to go ahead and do it on easy. I'll show you regular. And I'll put it on both just to help keep down the match queue times. Queue times aren't bad, even nowadays, even outside of prime time. But it can still take a couple minutes. Nothing too long. I think the most I've ever waited is 4 minutes for a match. Usually you get into a new match pretty quickly here. It's the estimate wait 2 minutes. This is the network page where you have different people in the network. You automatically start it in the Advocate network, which is everybody. And then they have a happy hour where basically you get extra credits every time when you play during a specific hour. So, for example, happy hour here is from 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. Which means if you log on, 10 o'clock, and you play a match, just one match, you get an extra 5 merits, which I'll show you once we finish the match here. Now, multiplayer, you're not waiting too long either. Multiplayer's pretty standard stuff, deathmatch, capture the flag, the usual. Matchmaking's pretty good, again, not waiting a whole lot of time. And what's really nice is you can playlist. It's called, I think it's a mixtape or playlist, where you can take the maps that you don't like and just cut them out altogether. So, for example, there's a pilots only mode, which completely cuts out Titans altogether. Which, I play Titanfall for the Titans. Well, there we go, 2 minutes. Alright, dry dock. Hopefully this is a wave 1, if not, this is gonna get ugly. Load times aren't terribly long either, which is nice. Ah, good. Dropping into a fresh match, which is excellent. Anytime you drop into a match, sometimes you just wind up in a different one, and it's kind of a pain. Especially if you drop in a later one. But you'll know if you drop in a later one real quick.
Jump successful. Now it's your time to shine. Woo! You said it, brother. Good luck down there.
And here we go.
Okay, pilots, the harvester's up and running. Defend it from the remnant fleet and keep the area clear.
You got this. Woo!
Hell yeah, they do.
I'm detecting incoming enemy signatures. Not a whole lot, but don't get cocky. Watch out! Remnant fleet units incoming!
And first wave is always infantry. See how that red smoke is allowing me to pick them up even through all that smoke, which is nice. But it does come at a cost because I lose the extra mod slot. But in my opinion, it's worth it because I can see what the hell exactly I'm shooting at. Stalker. Oh, died. But that's bound to happen. Oh, there we go. Reaper coming in, bigger orange dot there.
That was some impressive work, don't you think, Davis? Davis! He's literally speechless.
Guess what? Your Titan's ready to kick some ass. Stand by for Titanfall!
Nice work out there. Give her some credit. Use them to build up some defenses.
Make yourself
There
a
it
little more
is. There's my
badass.
Titan. As you can see, you get money here to give yourself
Keep your
a
eyes
little
peeled.
boost.
Those things blow up in your face.
I always go with amp weapon and battery to start with.
It is good to have you return.
Thank you. It's always impressive to watch one of these guys drop in. Here we have somebody's got a Scorch. I'm guessing it's this guy here.
Heads up, team. There's a new wave dropping in.
So keep your heads up.
I already said that, Davis.
Double the advice.
Right, here they come.
Harvester shields are dropping.
shields are absorbing damage.
Enemy drone Titan. Notice you can see that it has a much smaller health pool than Scorch or Mortar Titan. Execution. And that's that where the Titan or the Doom state. Oh. Ouch. Hate ticks. There we go. Upgrade the core. Love the execution. Not only because it adds.
Harvester was untouched that time. Good work.
Good work? Come on, drones. It was great work.
There we go. And I love the execution not just because it gives you extra health, but because every time you do it,
Watch
it's
out
just
for cloak drones.
so
There's
visceral.
cloak units underneath them. I'd say keep an eye out, but you know they're cloaked.
Alright, well we got drones incoming, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buy a turret. And with the turret, what I can do... Let's go ahead and set this up here.
Hey, your teammates are waiting for you. You ready yet?
And this will help with all the enemy
I'm
incoming
up for another
drones.
wave.
As you can see, I now have a drone marker in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That'll let me know how many enemies the drones have killed. Our Titan. Our Titans are especially dangerous because of that electrical field that fries your Titan the longer it's closer to it. It's a very dangerous customer. There we go, Doomsday. Titan, our Titan and Doomsday loses start. Typically in maps like this, you want to kind of play a sector, which, as you can see, we're all kind of doing here. We got 2 up front, 2 in the back, and then we're all going to kind of patrol our certain zones, help each other out. Especially right now, we've got 2 new Titans. There's going to be... Here come more of them. We're near a nuke Titan that goes off.
Wave success. Wonderful work. Got some more credits for you. A little advice, spend it wisely.
Looks like they're sending in flyers. They fly in quick.
Alright. Nah, nothing good here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just bank this. you
Welcome back.
I think someone just self-destructed their Titan.
Team, there's another wave on the way.
Get ready. Time to wave back.
Or shoot them, whatever gets the job done. The harvester shields are absorbing damage.
As you can see, they set up turrets
Harvester
way
shields
ahead.
back up to 100%.
Uh-oh. Alright, here we go. And got a Tone Titan.
Harvester shields are dropping.
Focus up, team. Take out whatever's damaging it.
And goodbye!
Back online. Let's finish this.
Alright,
Upgrade core. Stage 3.
go. Multi-lock missiles. I'm fully upgraded. Look, gun.
Friendly Titan attacking your target. Enemy Titan down.
Nice.
Team, protect the harvester while the shield recharges. The harvester shields are absorbing damage.
Friendly Titan attacking your target. Enemy Titan destroyed.
Good idea, drones?
Great idea.
Upgrade core ready.
Now, as you can see, I'm fully maxed out, but it still says upgrade core. Anytime you max out the upgrade core, all it does is just completely replenishes your shields in one go. Oh, no you don't. Nope. And you also nope.
Upgrade core standing by. Upgrade core ready.
Well, you can't do any
we
better
go.
than that. Like, literally. The harvester didn't take on any damage at all. Amazing work.
Upgrade core standing by.
Those mortar titans bomb the harvester from a distance. Use your mini-map to hunt them down.
Yeah. What I did was I just go ahead and purchased the shield boost, which makes it invulnerable for 5 seconds. That way it's not going to take any damage. good to use in a pinch, last ditch sort of thing. And because it's the last one, another battery. Alright. As you can see, I love the plotting feel that they have, but the combat can be fast at the same time. It's not like MechWarrior or BattleTech where it's slower plotting, which is fine for BattleTech and MechWarrior. I enjoy those franchises, but this is something entirely different. This is more along the lines of Heavy Gear or even kind of the original Mobile Suit Gundam combat. You know, the original 0079 sort of
Upgrade core ready.
combat, where you're still kind of in a giant slow-moving robot, but at the same time you can still pull off awesome tricks and anime bullshit.
Nuke Titans headed your way, team. Take him out.
Here we go.
Upgrade core ready. Friendly Titan attacking your target.
See these corners. Let's see, let him. Oh,
Enemy Titan
I was hoping he'd
eliminated.
execute it. Oh. Get the heck back, get that back. There we go. Come on, Zoom State. Oh.
Friendly Titan.
Let's see if this guy can give us some good execution here. Oh, there we go. Nice.
Down.
The only Titans you can't execute are Nuke Titans because when they enter Doom State, they just, as the name implies, go nuclear.
Upgrade core standing by.
Back. Ah!
Enemy Titan destroyed. Enemy Titan down. Upgrade core ready.
Heads up, team. Mortar Titans all around you. You got Arc Titans down there.
Lots of them.
Just keep them away from the harvester. Don't let them take out the shields.
Shit, Doom.
The harvester shield is taking some hits. Give you some
Those mortar Titans
One behind me.
are
I'm in trouble.
They're set up on the outskirts. Hunt them down, team.
Enemy Titan attacking your target. Upgrade core standing by.
Harvester shields are
Have
back
you use
online.
that upgrade core?
The harvester shield is recharging. Don't let the remnant flick damage it. Harvester shield back up to 100%.
Guys, we just lost a pilot out there. We gotta be more careful.
I suggest defensive maneuvers.
Good news, team. Pilot reinforcements are
Nope, my battery.
Enemy Titan down.
Go.
pilots. Great work. Dropships are inbound to pick up.
Woohoo!
Be songs about this battle. Maybe. Or not. Anyways, great victory.
And here everyone gets their own unique achievement. I love that. It tells you who did great, who was the best turret guy, who did the most damage. You know, this time it was me. Who got the most MVP, and then where you ranked overall. And that Oda guy was just cleaning up. Alright, and this is your Aegis ranking. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and close this so I can skip out of matchmaking, otherwise it's going to put me in... There we go. Advocate gift, which got me a new banner. There's that. Little puppies. Got the Spectre one. I went with a Badger, because I like Badgers. Badgers are awesome. Enough of that side note. Alright, let's see. Post-game report. Okay. Let's go. Fast forward through that. Okay. What this is this is for Frontier Defense, which is called the Aegis system, which gives you different neat little power-ups the more you play a certain Titan class. For example, Energized Smoke level 2, both of these start giving the Monarch extra shields. As you saw me, I popped Smoke a couple times and my shield went up. Chassis upgrade, sniper configurations means I can zoom in. I have less overall loss of grouping when I'm just holding down the trigger. My shield is stronger. My critical hits do more, and then Apex Titan is I get a random core at the beginning of each mission. So those ones I showed you earlier, where it was like you can have missile racks, you can have arc bullets, or you know multi lock on or that sort of thing. You automatically get that right out the gate. So what I prefer most is missile racks because I can have 12 guided missiles, which will ruin somebody's day. Alright, and then this is the general summary for multiplayer match. And as you can see, it's easy to level up your Titan real quick. And I also love my faction, the 6-4. So I got 6 credits and an Advocate gift reward, which is basically random banner, camo, sometimes it's a different ticket, the accolades, and then the scoreboard, which we already saw. Sean Connerying it up in here. Alright. And the factions get you certain things.
Care for some moonshine?
Not now, Barker.
All for the 6-4.
But as you can see, you can work for different factions. You start out with the militia as your...
Don't worry, you're working for the good guys.
You start out with working for the Marauder Corps, the militia. During multiplayer matches, you will see these characters at the beginning of the match instead of Droz and Davis, who are just hysterical, by the way. I enjoy their banter for the Frontier Defense.
This is Gates.
So, for example, if you were doing a multiplayer match with the 6-4 as your faction, instead of Droz and Davis, you would see Gates at the dropship hatch who would let you out. General Martyr from the campaign. Sir Briggs.
You kill me? Got something that needs doing?
But this is Cuban Bliss. He's one of the antagonists of the campaign. You can work for his faction. He's kind of an asshole. Just FYI.
Focus.
Yeah. Oh. She's a real piece of work. She's also a robot, so. then Ares, and then once you hit max level, you just, yep, you can work for the Marvins, which are basically just complete idiot droids who they do simple tasks, not very smart. Alright. And there we go. I believe that's everything there. Just gotta return the main menu. And then here, all of the different chapters you can select, and then on each one, how many of the little pilot helmets you've collected. Alright. But that's everything, so thank you very much for watching, and you have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.